All right, today we are diving into a really fascinating organization, one with a name that's going to stick with you. Co-Handy, the Sacred Handyman.
So what is this all about? Well, at first glance, Co-Handy looks like any other contractor you'd call up in New York City, right? They're licensed, they do home improvement, they come and fix your stuff. Seems pretty straightforward. But it's really not.
Because this is where things get wild. What if I told you that inside this company, they have their own unique language? Their vans aren't just work trucks, they call them sacred vessels. And their apprentices aren't just learning a trade, they're legacy bearers. This is way more than fixing pipes. It's a full-blown movement with a mission that somehow connects the Bronx all the way to the Philippines. So what is going on here?
Okay, let's start peeling back the layers here and figure out what makes these guys so different. This right here says it all. You know, a typical handyman. They fix your pipes. A core handyman, they fix your pipes and they defend your tenancy. Think about that. That is a massive difference. They're not just contractors. They're on the front lines, fighting for housing justice. A call about a leaky faucet could be the first step in connecting a tenant with the legal help they need.
So the big question is, how on earth can they afford to do all this extra work? Well, the answer is in this really, really clever dual structure they've set up.
This chart just lays out their secret sauce perfectly. You've got the for-profit side, Co-Handy Handyman NY, which is out there doing regular contracting jobs, bringing in revenue. But that money doesn't just go to shareholders. It fuels the other side, the nonprofit, Co-Handy Global. That's the arm that handles all the tenant defense, the legal aid, and their whole unique apprenticeship program. It's this beautiful self-sustaining loop where commerce directly funds community care. It's brilliant.
And this quote just gets right to the heart of it. We exist to repair what's broken: homes, systems, and hope. With one sentence, you see this isn't about plumbing. It's about something so much bigger.
Now, a mission that big has to be baked into the culture, right? And for them, it is. They call it the way of the steward. And inside Co-Handy, there's a really clear path for growth. You come in as an apprentice, you're learning the skills, then you can level up to become a defender where you're trained in tenant advocacy. And the final step is to become a steward, a true leader in this whole movement. It's a real journey.
And get this, a huge part of their culture revolves around these things called scrolls. Now, these aren't just progress reports. They're treated as sacred records. An apprentice uses them to reflect on their work, to mark big milestones, or even to recommit to the mission if they've messed up. It's an incredible tool for building real accountability and purpose into every single day.
Man, this line from their tenant defender oath just says it all. I carry tools not just of repair, but of justice. It completely reframes what it means to hold a hammer or a wrench. These apprentices are armed with tools for both physical repair and for social justice.
But believe it or not, the story doesn't stop in New York. It actually stretches halfway across the globe, connecting the Bronx to the Philippines in a way you would never expect.
I mean, look at these two things. On the surface, they have nothing to do with each other. Defending tenants in a massive city and managing water in rural provinces. But for Co-Handy, it's two sides of the exact same coin. It's all about building resilient, self-sufficient communities.
And over there, their apprentices have this incredible title, Stewards of Flow. We're talking about local young people who are being trained to build and maintain this amazing sustainable infrastructure that literally empowers their own villages. So how does this whole system work? It's this ingenious solar hydro loop. Okay, so during the day, solar panels pump water uphill into a basin. This basically creates what they call a gravity battery. Then, at night, they release that water, and as it flows down through turbines, it generates clean hydropower. It's a closed loop that gives them clean energy, water for their farms, and long-term food security, all run by the community's own stewards. And this is the big idea that connects everything. The belief that the right to have a secure home in a city is fundamentally linked to the right to control your own food and water in the countryside. It's all about sovereignty. It's all about dignity.
And look, this isn't just some nice, feel-good project. This is a practical, boots-on-the-ground model designed to take on some of the biggest challenges we face. I mean, in the Philippines, these communities are getting hit from two sides. You've got intensifying climate change, and then you have the alleged corruption that plagues these massive top-down government projects. Co-Handy's model is a direct answer to both of those threats. And here's why that work is so critical.
Just look at the economic damage from 3 recent El Niño events alone. These things cause devastating droughts and floods. We're talking hundreds of millions of dollars in damages, mostly hitting farmers. The local, community-run water systems Kohandi is building are designed to be a shield against exactly these kinds of shocks.
What's just so impressive is how this hyper-local model lines up with huge global goals. I mean, check this out. Their system directly hits on 5 of the UN's Sustainable Development Goals, everything from zero hunger and clean water to clean energy and climate action. It's a textbook example of a local solution with massive global impact.
So, by empowering these communities to build and manage their own resources, this whole stewardship model becomes this incredibly powerful alternative. It's resilient, it's transparent, and it puts the power back where it belongs, in the hands of the people.
Which really leaves us with this one big question to think about. We've seen how Kohandi blends a for-profit business, a non-profit mission, and this deep culture of ritual and purpose. In a world that is just full of complicated problems, could this be a new kind of blueprint for how to create real, lasting change?